So, what else? In other health news? What health initiative is coming into schools?
Michael Gove saying school lunches should be banned because apparently only 1% of them meet the nutritional requirements that school dinners are supposed to have.
Yes, that is generally the gist of it, right?
That's facts.
Yeah.
I don't have a joke.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But it's only 1% of. I mean, what are people?
I don't like the story anyway. Is it just me? I don't want to think about Michael Gove's lunchbox. I just don't want to think about it.
Well, I'm sorry. I presume people put it. And what are people putting into it? Like they're only 1%.
Well, not the kind of stuff. You see, this seems to me a very unfair story because they're saying that packed lunches are very unhealthy compared with school lunches, but they're not. I mean, when I only ever had packed lunches.
I
had brown bread sandwiches. I had 2 cubes of jelly.
What?
Yeah.
You mean jelly that wasn't made?
Jelly that wasn't made, because my mum didn't like giving us chocolate or sweets or something. She used to cut up jelly. Oh. She used to cut up a jelly, you know, the cube that you make it from, and give me 2 bits of it.
And
it was really, really nice. But for the rest of the day after I'd had it, I was always slightly worried that it might turn into jelly.
Just a huge shape.
If you drank a glass of water, it would sort of go...
Just split apart and there'd be a huge-shaped jelly there. That's the biggest jelly baby in the world.
I also did point out to you that you also said you had brown bread sandwiches. Do you mean like 2 slices of brown bread with a slice of brown bread?
You have to.
I mean, how can packed lunches have only 1% of the nutritional requirement of a school dinner? What are people putting in these packed lunches? Is it like a large sandwich and a sugar cube? You're thinking some of the kids must be so stupid they're actually eating the plastic box.
I thought parents have more control.
No, but they do. The problem is parents do have control. Every time they try and solve this problem, the parents get in the way. When Jamie Oliver tried it, right, tried to get rid of turkey twizzlers, put healthy food in schools, so mum's at the school gate passing packets of chips through to their children. If you want to solve this problem, it's not a policy thing. Just make the railings thinner so they can't shove their massive hand... Sandra, you're going to have to put your face right up and eat a feed into your individual. You know which kids it was? They're going after lunch with shiny lips and 2 rust lines down the face.
I have to, you're making an excellent point, but you said turkey twizzlers. I genuinely thought you said when they tried to get rid of Turkish prisoners. Why are Turkish prisoners feeding children in school?
Because they are getting their
for the whole thing, I was going, well, one of them is called Sandra.
And that really is the clue as to the likelihood that I didn't actually say that.
Yeah, I suppose. You put it that way, it makes more sense.
They're suggesting that teachers should eat with the kids. But the thing is that, you know, a lot of teachers do currently eat with the kids, although it's usually in the form of a romantic meal, isn't it?
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, DVD owner.
Love a quiz.
It is our Liz quiz. Obviously, we'd like
the expense that has been spent on that.
I really want to thank you for coming in and recording that little wave. What 2 common documents does the Queen not have?
The Da Vinci Code. And Life of Pi. Next.
The rest of them, she has them all.
She doesn't have a driving licence.
She doesn't have a driving licence,
no. Although she has qualified to drive.
Yes, she has. She can drive. She was trained to drive in the army, as far as I know.
She did, yeah. She stripped down engines and everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
Passport.
Doesn't have a driving licence and is the only person in the country who doesn't need a passport, as they're issued in her name. And so she cannot issue in her own name because, you know... But I think she's relatively good on the ID front, because you just take out a tenner and go... you not get this? Go send a letter, bitch. What did the Queen invent with a dachshund and a corgi?
A dorgie.
Yes!
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I was joking.
She invented a breed of dog called the Dorgie.
You say she invented it. What, she was there going, right, you put that in there now.
She didn't invent it, though, did she?
According to this card, yes, she did.
She couldn't have gone on Dragon's Den.
One needs £30,000 for 40%. It's always 40%. That's all they ever want, no matter how much you're going to say initially. 8%, 40. It's commonly known that the Queen owns the UK swans. Commonly known that the Queen owns the UK swans, says here. But what other water-based animals does she also have the right to own?
Ducks.
Not ducks, no.
Shopping trolleys.
I think it's... is it dolphins?
It is. It's dolphins, whales, and
pretty big
sturgeons.
on the royal family. I know a lot of stuff.
You really are, actually. It's quite worrying. Anything, dolphins, whales, and sturgeons within 3 miles of the UK, they're hers.
Do the dolphins know, or do they just stray in and then that's it?
If they get too close, she's in a speedboat constantly. All right? Just patrolling that 3-mile limit around the country. Right?
With her army of swans.
With her army of swans who work to track them.
When she does that wave, she's actually doing a fin motion to summon her dolphin army.
Army of dolphins, assemble! I come to do with an army of dolphins. I want £40,000 for 35% of the company.
I have invented a swolfin.
The next topic is charity. Joe, you going for that?
All this talk of famine makes you a bit peckish, doesn't it? It's comic relief, right? Keep asking me if I'll go out to Africa, you know, to sort of comfort people. But how are they going to feel with me getting off the plane? Hello! You're all hungry, are you? I've had a good dinner. And, you know, there are huge problems to be tackled in Africa. I don't know if you know this, but actually in South Africa, you can insure yourself against getting raped, because if you catch the HIV virus, treatment's really expensive. And what's that going to be like? You know, you're walking along, some bloke jumps out from behind a hedge, gets his ghoulies out, and you think, oh, Christ, there goes me no claims bonus there.
Sit down, Joe, please. OK, let's have another topic. Topic is crime. Who's coming in? John.
The most important thing to remember about crime is that any law only makes sense in context. Look at sport. Punching someone repeatedly in the face is lauded in boxing, but is seriously frowned upon in table tennis. Similarly, if you come out of your corner in a boxing round bouncing a little ball on a bat, it's going to be literally seconds before you're staring at some lights. Furthermore, Moses. Now, there's a man who'd be on pretty much anyone's list of top 5 Jews. But think about it. When he led the children out of Israel, he was technically guilty of 3,000 counts of abducting a minor, bush arson, trespassing, and abducting the sea. And yet he walks free today. There really is no justice.
Well done, John. Very good. Sit down. Leaving us with 2 contestants. 1 topic we'll give you. Fight it out. Straight battle. What's the last topic this week? Jacques Chirac. Europe, let's say. Hugh, do you want to go first?
Britain isn't getting on very well with France at the moment, and it is partially because the French are a bit snooty. For example, take Concorde. Do you know, in the original version of Concorde, the French had their plane built with the front hinged the other way round, so it could turn its nose up when it landed on the But the kind of European integration we don't, any of us seem to mind, is town twinning. Everybody wants a French, town to twin with. And I didn't know how it happened, actually, until I recently went to Swindon. Met a bloke from Swindon Council. He told me that apparently it's very like getting a teenage pen pal, on the basis that Swindon was getting on very well with Monte Carlo until they sent them a photograph and never heard from them again.
Very good, very good. Well done, Hugh. Give him a round of applause. It is a head-to-head. Al, on the topic of Europe?
Well, of course, what's happened here is the French. The French have voted against Europe and now expect us to cough up for it. It's the classic example of the French attitude. They've lost the plot, basically, completely. I mean, these are people with a town called Brest, and none of them think it's funny.
any other country, a melted cheese would be regarded as a wouldn't it? They're up to something, aren't they? No, they're up. Well, I'm not done yet. Staying over there with their own customs. The point is, I think... I mean, that Eiffel Tower's a tragic waste of Meccano, isn't it? As a result, French boys have nothing to play with except themselves, and that's how it started, isn't it?
Al, thank you very much. Al Murray, give a round of applause. Tough to say, I'm giving it to Hugh, I'm giving it that side. Sit down, both of you.
Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask Hugh to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the Prince of Wales.
Good God, it's Margaret Beckett, isn't it? From the First Labour government. Do you know, I'm beginning to wonder how recent this footage actually is. Oh, lovely, a train in a box. That's odd. Mummy normally gives me a Twix and a lump of organic cheese. Still, never mind, stick that on eBay. So this will be your driver, Dave. Hello, Dave. I love you. So you drive this, do you? Yes, I bet you've got a tale or two to tell. Yeah, well, actually, it has been hairy a couple of times. I bet it has. Yes. Do you know, I quite fancy doing your job. Yes, and I quite fancy doing your job. Well, that's not going to fucking happen, is it? Can I have a go? No, I'm afraid it's against regulations. Is it? Is it? Now, Dave, think very carefully. Yes, I think that's the right answer. Nobody wants to be force-fed organic biscuits. Anyway, let's have some fun. This is an impression. This is the British economy. It's going backwards. Yes, I'm here all week. Don't worry, I understand about trains. Now, tell me, Dave, can this go sideways? Backwards and forwards. It's backwards and forwards. Why don't we just concentrate on driving the train? So just push the lever forward if you go... It's a lever, is it? I thought it was an enormous licorice allsort. What do? Just push it forward, do I? Oh, yes, look, we're going. Well, this is a piece of piste. I'm stealing a living. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, my arm's stuck. I think... Hang on, Dave, my arm's locked. David, my arm... Dave, I can't stop. My arm's locked. His arm's locked. My arm's locked. I can't... Oh, my God, where are the brakes? Where are the brakes? They're under control. I can't stop it. Got you there, didn't I, Dave? I see you.
Well done, you got us.
What are becoming less popular with children?
Is it pedos?
Yeah. Oh, you see?
They were in the 70s. They were very popular.
It's clowns, but I would say they've never been popular with children. Who likes clowns? Do you like clowns?
Depends what sweets they got. Oh, sorry, clowns, not paedophiles.
It's the makeup. What are you hiding? Write a joke, you prick.
That's very harsh, because I have you know that is Dara.
There was a time where this career involved making your bones, you know, actually working the circuit, doing the Putlands thing, you know. You all just breezed in with your Edinburghs. Some of us had to daub on the paint and go out there and do 8 shows a week, honey. And Chuckles here is proud of that time he did. It was an academy for some of us. So put on the damn nose and shut up. And then angrily turn on my giant shoes. Angrily spin on my giant shoes and thwack away.
I always wondered why your car was so small. Now it makes complete sense.
There are less than 100 clowns now in Britain, apparently.
Yeah, less than 100 registered clowns. Which brings up a whole horrible scenario of unregistered. Clowns that have somehow been struck off. Presumably their car stayed together and they weren't welcome anymore.
I hear you can do some unregistered clowning for you.
Yeah, I can do that.
What do you want? With the full face and the hair and everything? I
I only got one shoe, though.
I got to tell you, I'm a bit of a maverick. Sometimes the bucket won't have confetti, it'll just have boiling water.
I feel sorry for the new head of clown recruitment. Big shoes to fill. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I went for one of them. I got range.
Don't you worry, you're a very funny boy. I see you as my son on this team today. Flanked by my sons. That's why I've worn basically a nursery pattern on my... Just in case you get a bit nappy later on.
Me and Reece do look like we could be brothers, don't we?
Oh, don't do this, mate. I know where this is going, mate. I know I look like an ill you.
That is very harsh on yourself. You look like me if I died in a coal mine when I was 12.
Whatever, Ed, mate. Oh, I used to be fat, now I'm thin. I've been thin forever. Shut up.
Yeah, but yours is clearly for medical...
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
I think you look a bit like Russian doll, you.
I've never been inside Ed. Not ruling it out?
Yes, the question I was looking for was how long is it since man first set foot on the moon, as celebrated this week. It was on July the 21st, 1969, that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin set foot on the lunar surface, whilst the third member of the Apollo 11 crew, Michael Collins, waited in the spaceship. Collins later said he was sweating like a nervous bride.
It's such an interesting fact because, like, we've only really... A lot of the population just found that there was a third guy. You're like, oh, really? Oh, cool. How tempted would he have been just when they were coming back just to put on an alien mask like that? So they went, hey, you never guess what the...
Before we move on, can I get this straight? We're going to talk about this like the moon landings happened?
Yes, we're presuming for the sake of this obviously that the moon has actually happened.
In 1969, right, they took off and went, oh, let's point out the moon. Let's land on the moon. Oh, there's the moon. Oh, time's up. Let's take off from the moon. Go back to Earth. Let's point it. We don't want to miss Earth. NASA can't launch a rocket from here without blowing it up. Their next mission is called Operation Space Grave. We, as a culture, do not have the ability to get to the moon. We don't have the ability to get a Saturday show right for Graham Norton. What else are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about Aslan's birthday, are we? Mrs. Tiggy Winkle having a wedding anniversary. It didn't fucking happen.
It did happen. There was a faked moon landing, but you are confusing it with the one by Wallace and Gromit.
Their current theory is that what they want to do is try and make a stopping-off station on the moon so as they can get to Mars. And that sounds to me rather like a Ryanair flight, isn't it? Oh, yes, we're flying to Mars, we actually land on the moon, and there'll be a bus service from there.
Doesn't going to the moon and going to Mars seem a bit pointless now that we've invented Photoshop? Hey, there's a man on Mars, and it's Bruce Lee.
They've actually found that, though, they've got a little bit of Mars back, haven't they? And they've actually found that there is life on Mars in the form of bacteria. So now we know that if the Martians ever do land, all we've got to do, little bit at Sillet Bang, we're away.
It'd be a very short film, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
War of the Worlds. And just Tom Cruise cleaning his kitchen. End of War of the World.
There's a British guy up there at the minute, isn't there, in the space station? Yeah.
No, just in space.
Oh, OK.
Just in space, generally. Oh, that's the sad thing in space is Satanta still have the satellite going around. And it's just trapped inside is Steve McManaman going, hello, hello.
Like the Superman baddie. Just spinning around.
all the Satanta presenters, Steve McManaman, Jor-El, they're all in there trapped forever. Oh, we overextended ourselves financially.
To be honest, you can't have a British space station. Now, it would just sound so rubbish just to hear him up in space going, Nuneaton, we have a problem. You know that robot you said you sent us? Yeah, it's an old man covered in tin foil.
We can't really have a British space programme, man. The only way we'll ever get a Union Jack onto the moon is if we stick Nick Griffin on Brixton High Street.
I don't know, but would you go to Mars if you...
Are you offering?
I've already applied for the programme to be fired to Mars. I've applied several times under the name Chris Moyles. Yeah, just surprise me. Don't even tell me if you're going to do it. Just stick a sack over my head and fire me up there.
And if I say no, and if I say it's not me, I'm just joking. That's just a funny joke I do. Just fire me to Mars.
There's going to be no glory if we ever put a man on Earth, because you're there for 3 years not using your body. You'd arrive in Mars, go, here we go, and... my legs don't work!
Now we play a round called Mock the 9 o'clock news. This game involves Zoe, Stuart, Andy and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator, it settles on a topic, and anyone can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winners are the people I judge to produce the funniest stuff. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is finance. Can I have a volunteer to talk about that? Andy.
British Airways, their answer to the credit crunch. They've asked their employees, can you come into work for nothing for a month or take a month off unpaid? There's a tricky choice, isn't there? And who is going to want to fly British Airways? The last thing you want to hear when you get on the plane, this is your captain speaking. I'm not being paid today. Good luck. I am looking forward to seeing the credit crunch version of Monopoly. You know, instead of getting £1,500 from the bank, you have to lend the bank £1,500. And then everybody keeps on going round the board with nobody buying any property whatsoever because they always think it's going to be cheaper next time they go around.
Well done, Andy. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is Sarah Palin. Who wants to talk about that?
Sarah Palin. She was apparently an ex-beauty queen of a town in Alaska called Wasilla. And the press were very keen on this. They kept saying, you know, the beauty queen, Sarah Palin, the ex-beauty queen, the beauty queen, Sarah Palin. Let me tell you something, people. Wasilla is a very, very small town. Population 8, possibly 9,000 people at the best of times. To call it a one-horse town is to over-exaggerate the number of horses in that town by one. They timeshare a horse with another shithole down the road. Now, my brother used to live in Anchorage, Alaska, and I have been to Wasilla, and in the 5 minutes it took us to drive across Wasilla, I was voted beauty queen of Wasilla. It was no big deal, honestly. An otter and a caribou came second and third, respect.
I can show it. That leaves us with Stuart and Russell. Let's spin the wheel again. The next topic is men's health. Who wants to come in on that? Russell.
I went to the doctors recently with anal issues. I thought I had cancer, not I can't put my CDs in order. But it's a terrifying moment, right? So scary, because in your head, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. And I went there and I took down my trousers. Obviously, we had a chat first, and it just... I'm not very well. You can see that, mate. This is a chip shop. You've never done it slower in your life. I was just peeling them down. I got them down to about there. Just heard his booming voice go, in the other room. You have a decision to make there. Do you pull them up or do you waddle with pride, right? You waddle, that's what you do. When you waddle, you can't help but giggle. The last thing you need is to be giggling before a man's going to pop his finger in your Richard, because now you're a wiggling target, right? I'll be honest, when the finger goes in, you're not laughing anymore! You're like a red arrow! And that's the moment they chat. How you doing? Fine. When you draw the curtains, we've gathered quite a crowd. Look at that, it's Atrium Steps and he's getting violated. I'm Russell!
OK, Stuart, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is school.
You are looking at a very proud Canadian who's very proud of the education system in Canada. I was horrible in school. I failed math so many times I can't even count. I preferred French over chemistry because the chemistry teacher and I just didn't have any, rapport. One teacher said I'd be a better student if I spent less time flirting. I immediately jumped off his lap. One teacher used to always say I wasn't very observant, but you know what? That was his or her opinion. I was going to join the debating team, but someone talked me out of it. In high school, I was voted most likely to reminisce.
Okay, at the end of that round, the points go to Zoe and Stuart. Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Hal, which category would you like?
I would like world news, please.
OK, your category is world news. The answer is 24 hours. What is the question?
Is this what Jeremy Corbyn wants the voting age to be reduced to? Is it, in his dreams, how long would each of Dara's science specials last?
We love the science. I feel there's a lot that we can all learn.
Is it... How long does every minute feel like if you're Melania Trump?
Is it how long did it take me to actually find the exit once I'd bought my tea lights in IKEA?
Is it how long till Julian Assange makes another vertical scratch on the wall of his embassy bedroom?
Is it how long is the time between my mum's 2-part text messages?
Is it how long do you have to come up with evidence before the DA busts your ass?
Is this a new action movie, Strangely English Cop?
Bust your ass!
Chief, I'm terribly sorry to hear your ass is in a sling.
We'll have to take that straight to the Lord Mayor.
How long was Jeremy Corbyn awake at Glastonbury after taking what he thought was an aspirin?
Does anyone know the correct answer?
The correct answer is...
Yes?
How much warning, apparently, are we going to get before Donald Trump comes on a visit to the UK?
Absolutely right. Thank you very, very much, Hugh. We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Reese, which category would you like?
Home news, please, Dara.
Home news is the category. That's an interesting choice. Let's see what's happened this week. Your category is home news. The answer is 43 years. What is the question?
Is it for how long will the average Glastonbury goer keep their wristband on?
Is it how long will it take for Nigel Farage's erection to subside?
Is it, if Jeremy Corbyn asked the shadow cabinet for a high five, how long would they leave him hanging?
Is it how long will somebody have to wait if they're born today before they can move out of their parents' house?
Is it how long will you have to wait for your Uber if everyone gets deported?
Is it how long does Rob take to brush his teeth?
Big teeth, isn't it? Is it what's the age difference between Cher and parts of Cher?
Is it how many years has Jeremy Corbyn had his shirt?
Is it the average age of the Russian under-21 gymnastic team?
Does anyone know what the correct answer is?
On which wedding anniversary is it traditional to give them some time apart?
Well, actually, I think it's how long have we been in the EU?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. Cheers. Unlikely things to hear on Crime Watch.
So now we go back to the kidnap of Louis Spence. Police are repeating, if you have any leads, please keep them to yourselves.
And now, Crime Watch appeal. Lend us a tenner. Go on.
Don't have nightmares. In fact, don't go to sleep at all in case somebody breaks in and murders you.
Police described the man as looking a bit like a penis, a bit like a sausage, and armed with a buzzer.
A woman appears to have robbed a dairy farm, making off with a bin bag filled with cottage cheese. Oh no, Kim Kardashian's got leggings on.
Do not approach this man. He is a professional counterfeiter. He even has the certificates to prove it.
And now, a new programme, Spring Crime Watch. This week, a badger tracks the bastard who tried to kill it.
Hello, and welcome to Crime Watch. Here's a crime. Let's watch.
Police say do not approach this man. He has an iPhone 5 and will not shut up about it.
And we're just getting news that the superglue prankster is still on the loose.
The case was closed in 1974 and police have never reopened it, mainly because they've forgotten the combination.
Police have described the man as being about 6 foot tall, curly brown hair, blue shirt, looks a bit gay.
Bang on.
Yeah.
Did you see a policeman knock over a newspaper seller? No, you didn't.
This reconstruction starts with some sad piano music. Never a good sign, is it?
Have you seen anyone acting suspiciously? You were probably watching Hollyoaks.
Do you recognise this man? Neither do we. Oh. Wait. Just try it.
I'm not going to be able to protect you.
Do you recognise this man? Neither do we, but apparently he's been on Celebrity Big Brother. I think that was worth it, don't you? Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
This round is called Dating Video. The players take on the identity of a famous newsmaker and record a Lonely Hearts video in the style of that person. Everyone else has to try and guess who they are. So Hugh, you're up first. Please make your way over to the performance area and show us your dating video.
One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. I do eventually hope to be able to count higher than that. Let me paint you a picture of myself. I can do that. I've got an art A level. Well, I'm a pretty cool guy. I don't smoke. Well, you know, nothing legal anyway. I support charities. I like to wear a wristband. Oh no, I like to wear an armband. make minorities history. And I'm a redhead, which I get from my father, apparently.
Who is it?
Oh, Prince Harry.
It is, of course, Prince Harry. Well done, you. Sit down. Congratulations. Ava, which category would you like?
Home news, please.
OK, home news it is. The answer is 43 years. What is the question?
How long does it take to repay a £10 loan from Wonga.com?
Is it, what's the life expectancy of someone who works at Greggs?
What is the average Silverstone lap time for a Formula 1 car on Pirelli tyres?
Is it how long is too long to be out for if you say I'm just popping down to the shops for a minute?
Is it how old is the Earth if Michelle Obama really is the First Lady?
Is it how old did Dara look when he was 25?
No, you laughed first.
Oh, that's sweet.
You can't pretend sympathy when you laughed first.
It is, in fact, how long have my parents regretted using pulling out as a contraceptive?
How long will Julian Assange be living in an embassy before he finally goes, do you know what, I should have just gone to jail?
Is it if Ed Miliband remains leader, how long will it take before Labour get back into power?
What is the MILF age of consent?
OK, if you put in a ready meal 43 years ago, how long has it been ready for?
Can I have the correct answer, please? Can I have the correct answer?
Is that not the correct answer?
No, it's not the correct answer. More of anything who even attempted to do the correct answer.
It's in how many years will Brazil be ready to host the 2014 World Cup? Genuine proper answer is how long can Gerard Depardieu balance a spoon on his nose?
Could I have anything that even vaguely resembles a topical news story?
OK, is it how many years' worth of shale gas are they claiming there is now under the British Isles?
Absolutely right, Chris Addison. Absolutely right. Well done. Who have scientists discovered in a cave this week?
I'm so excited about this story, but I can't pronounce the name, and I'm worried about... I know they're not here to get offended.
They're not.
The Homo naledi, or naladi.
Nadali. Homo nadali, yeah.
Nadali.
Homo naledi. Just think of...
No, can we just say for that moment where he corrected your pronunciation by getting the word completely wrong? Yes. Can we all just enjoy that for a second?
It's impossible to say it. I was probably
without
doing the milady.
Give it its full name. It's Homo naledi no cry.
The reason I love this story is so they found a few bodies from 100 years apart in a cave.
Oh.
This guy, this idiot.
That's a Homo naledi. The find was announced last Thursday by the South African University of the Witwatersrand, National Geographic and the UK science journal eLife. That is a spooky cover of the National Geographic, yes.
Yeah, they have your hooded eyes there.
But the thing is, this is all...
I would find it very hard to believe if the production staff of this show had not done a photograph of that and made it look like you.
I would like to think that. For one, no. I am not doing the face.
Well, listen, I'll tell you
Hold
one
the
thing.
face.
I am not getting on that megabus.
Now that, I think, is a thing.
I think we know where this is going now, don't we?
Yeah, there we go. Wow.
You look the happiest out of all three.
OK, the next topic is things you wouldn't hear on a train.
The next station will be Wimbledon. Change here for Overground, Underground and Womble free.
The next stop for this train will be Waterloo. It's not meant to be, but the brakes have failed.
Yeah, I just want to tell you I'm on the train. No, just everyone else is doing it. Thought I'd join in.
Hello, this is your driver speaking. Choo-choo!
Now an announcement for the people who insist on sitting the way the train is moving because sitting backwards feels weird. You're weird.
This train will shortly be arriving in Taunton. Please remember to turn off all mobile phones lest they mistake you for gods.
This is an announcement for all passengers. Piss off, the lot of you. This is Crossrail.
Due to Britain leaving the EU, this train will no longer stop at Ashby de la Zouch.
Bing bong! Could the owner of a missing xylophone please make their way to the guard's carriage?
This is an announcement for the passengers who are complaining that this service is late. Can I just point out that as this is Southern Rail, you're lucky to be on a fucking train at all.
Bing bong. This is the bullet train service to Tuck it. Oh, we're here. Everyone off.
Would the driver please contact the guard? We're doing 120. You don't seem to be in the cab, mate.
Please mind the gap between the timetable and reality.
There is a quiet carriage on this train for those shocked into silence by the price of the ticket.
Oh, don't get off here. I was listening to that.
I'm scared of tunnels. I'm so scared of tunnels.
The point with Ed, Hugh and James. Now we play a round called You've Got to Be Corbinit to Win It. This game involves Nathan Caton and Ed Gamble, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. And the first topic is home life. Nathan.
Yeah, I could talk about home life. I still live at home with my mum still. Thanks for the judgmental silence. Yeah, I live at home. My mates give me the most stick for it, because I'm the last one in my group of friends who still lives at home with my mum. They've all moved out, so they see me as a mummy's boy. And every time they see me, they're like, Nathan, what's wrong with you, man? Why are you still at your mum's, man? Are you embarrassed? Why are you still at your mum's? Why are you still at your mum's? It's like, I live in West London. Have you seen house prices? I'm not going anywhere, man. If anything, I'm looking at my mum thinking, when are you going to bloody leave? Clinging on, let it go, woman. She's going to slap the black off me when she sees this. So, yeah, I like peace and quiet. Although, to be honest, at home, I'm not getting a lot of peace and quiet at the moment, mainly because of my mum and my stepdad. They got married quite recently. And I'm happy for my mum. You know, she found happiness. She deserves it. However, at the moment, they're going through that honeymoon phase where they're having sex all the time. Yeah, it is bloody disturbing, man. Because my bedroom is like right next door, so like every time they do it, I hear everything. Like a few Saturdays ago, right? It's late at night, I'm about to go to sleep. From next door, I can hear my stepdad going, "Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh lord, say something nasty, say something nasty, say something nasty." So I screamed out, "You're not my real dad!"
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. OK, that leaves us with Ed. Let's see what topic you've been left with. And the topic is diet.
I hope this isn't just a hint that I need to lose weight. Because I've lost quite a lot of weight recently anyway. I've lost about 6 stone in the last 3 years. Cheers, guys, thanks. I mean, no. Too late, you went with the British reaction. Thank you very much. Couldn't give a shit, mate. Carry on. We don't... Stop showing off. We don't want to hear about it. Found myself in a bit of a nightmare situation recently. I went to the Middle East to do some gigs. Now, that bit was nice, that was lovely, but they put you up in a hotel where the food is all-you-can-eat buffets 3 times a day for 10 days. Now, this is a nightmare scenario for me because I cannot be trusted at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Sometimes I don't even remember the buffet bit. All I remember is picking up a plate and I'll wake up 6 hours later covered in rice and sauce. And I can't theme a buffet. I can't theme a buffet either. I won't pick up a plate and go, "Oh, I'll have some rice, I'll have some curry. Well done, Ed, you've made yourself an Indian meal." Won't do that. I'll get a plate, I'll get a spoon, and I'll run along the full line of trays, just scraping food from every nation onto it until I've got some sort of plate Pangea, just an unidentifiable mass, just Spanish food, Japanese food, Chinese food, Indian food, coffee, sushi, just horrible. Just wedge my face into it, everyone going, "Is that man all right?" Don't look at me! I'm having a buffet! Just food from all over the world. My body for 10 days had no idea where I was on this planet. I went for a shit 3 days in, a UN flag came out.
Well done. Dinner and Ed Campbell. Come on back. Now, we play a round called Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Stand-Up. This game involves Simon, Greg and Mickey, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch a wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is fatherhood. Who wants to come in on that? Greg.
Yeah, my father has taken fatherhood in a very strange direction in the last few years. And it started about 3 years ago at Christmas when he announced to me, and this is a quote, and all of what I'm about to tell you is entirely real. This happened. He said to me, "Son, I am 72. I said, "I'm aware of that." He said, "Yes. I've decided from now on I shall start behaving exactly as I see fit." And I said, "Well, I would welcome that." He said, "I'm glad you agree, because when you come home for Christmas, you'll discover this year that I am wearing a Christmas outfit." I went, "All right, then." I got home, and true to his word, he was wearing a Christmas outfit. I swear to you, it was one giant pair of white underpants that stretched from his knees to just below his nipples, and a novelty Santa hat with a flashing bulb on the end. And he came downstairs, and this is a quote, "Do you like?" I said, "I find it a bit challenging." He said, "I don't give a shit what you think." And he went off to eat some cheese. This is where it gets weird. I went out that night with some of the people in my hometown. Midnight, anticipating me coming home, my mother tells me he did this. He went upstairs in his Panther outfit. He went to my mother's sheet drawer, for she has one. He took out a double white sheet, he placed that over his head, he went out into their garden and he hid in a bush. With a view to giving me, his then 40-year-old son, a bit of a scare. Presumably, my mother is so sick of his shit, she decided not to tell him something that she full well knew, that on that occasion, I'd stayed over at a friend's house. Well done.
Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely film trailers.
A man who only wants one thing. Strepsils.
In his toughest assignment yet, Peter Parker has to pick a peck of pickled peppercorn.
Drama, intrigue, romance, gardening, spoons, all these and other words in Dictionary the movie.
All your favourite administrators are back in Human Resources 2. This time it's personnel.
When a hairpiece gets possessed by the devil, there'll be hell to pay.
He loves sex, but he has no arms. Which position will he choose? Missionary impossible.
If you see one film this year, then you're probably a new parent.
It was a love story that crossed the species barrier. He was a man, she was a cow. Coming soon, Beef Encounter.
Coming soon, a 3D film where you don't get bored halfway through and lift up the glasses just to see what the screen looks like without it.
Every Year I Love You More, starring Michael Jackson and Benjamin Button.
Coming soon, a story of premature ejaculation.
The Grand Budapest Hotel. Brilliant, The Times. 5 stars, The Guardian. The beds weren't made. TripAdvisor.
Part man, part machine, part bird, part drum. It's Robo Bongo Cuckoo Cop. Thank you very much.
A group of Greeks try to get away with their money. Chicken Run.
My Dad Pictures presents your man. I know him from something. Anyway, him and a woman. I think she was in ER. Maybe it was House. She was definitely a doctor. Join forces to fight. I know him. He's gone awful old looking, hasn't he?
It's the bromance of the year. Ed and David Miliband star in What the Fuck Was the Point of That Then?
Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a survival show.
This is the most terrifying animal you can see in the wild. It has the body of Posh Spice.
Of course, if you're on an expedition, you must always make sure you boil all the water. Now, this can really slow you down if you come to a lake.
It's been 17 days since my last proper meal, and I am beach body ready, bitches.
Bear, are you related to George Foreman grills?
I've not had a bath for days on end. And that's because Rob Beckett's dad is in there.
There is barely any water here, so we've been collecting our urine. But this morning, some of it was gone, and that is taking the piss.
Spent 3 days in the jungle with nothing to eat but raw caterpillars. I remember the moment I walked back into civilization. Whew, there are a few butterflies in my stomach, I can tell you.
When I was thirsty, I was forced to drink my own urine. I'm now hungry and dreading dinner.
And when you're in the wild, you've got to remember what you learn at Scouts. Don't tell anyone our little secret.
Well, night is falling, it's raining, and I'm in the shelter, but it still feels dangerous here. There are 6 teenagers staring at me, and the bus doesn't arrive for 20 minutes.
If you suddenly see a bear extremely close to you, the best thing to do, stand stock still. Pull down your trousers and just let it have sex with you.
On the men's island, Derek's drinking coconut water because Derek's a hipster twat.
After 3 months totally alone on the island, it's amazing that John hasn't gone mad. Isn't that right, John? Yeah, it is, yeah.
So, I've managed to make a raft to escape the island by smashing up some boats.
OK. The next topic is unlikely things to hear over a tannoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Waitrose, you smug, rich pricks.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Would somebody please go to the power tools aisle and get me a drill?
If you see an unattended bag, please don't report it. Remember, you're in world of luggage.
Good evening, ladies. Topshop will be closing in 5 minutes. Please make your way to the till unless you're over 30, in which case piss off to M&S, you ancient old hag.
This is an announcement for the front desk of the swimming baths. Could doctor, someone's done a shit in the pool? Please come to reception.
Would the couple having sex in aisle 2 please stop? Spillage in aisle 2.
The 1625 has unfortunately been cancelled and has been replaced by a replacement bus service. EasyJet would like to apologise for all passengers who are going to Greece.
I only work in the post office for the crumpet. Watch this. Widow number 2, please.
In tonight's performance of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the part of the child catcher will be played by a 1970s TV presenter.
Welcome to Sexist Airways. I'm just going to pop on the seatbelt sign for a moment because we're swapping to a lady pilot.
We are now coming into land in Russia, where the local time is 1956.
Welcome aboard the one-way saga service special to Switzerland. try and have a laugh.
Attention to the submarine crew of HMS Nando's. Be careful not to burn your eyes on the periscope.
Lost children can be found at the Lost Children tent. If they're not claimed by the end of the day, they will be destroyed.
Welcome to Megabus. Things haven't worked out quite as well as you were hoping, have they?
Welcome to the sexist supermarket. Check out number 3.
Okay, get that round. The points go to Josh Hewitt Milton.
OK, Frankie and Andy, you're going to go head-to-head on this topic. Let's spin the wheel again. OK, it's the war on terror. Who wants to go first? Andy?
Yes, the war on terror. The Americans have said, you know, they're worried that Iraq is their new Vietnam. Let's hope not. Otherwise, we're in for some shit movies in about 10 years' time.
Good man, Andy. Well done. Andy Varson's there. On the same topic, Frankie, it's your turn.
Apparently, in America, they're building a big tower on the site of September 11th, Freedom Tower, and they're looking at ways of trying to make it terrorist-proof. I think they should have just built a giant mosque. No one's going to fly into that, are they? Or even better, a runway. How galling would it be if you hijacked a plane, then had to come in and make a textbook landing? They're always going, oh, don't deal with terrorists. We mustn't deal with terrorists. Let's deal with them. What's Al offering you boys? 100 virgins? We'll give you 50 slags. Or 2 women from Dundee.
The next topic is sport.
Do you know, I've heard a rumour that horse racing may not be completely honest. It's unbelievable, isn't it? But how do you stop the corruption? Well, one solution may be to call horses something like mafia-backed second favourite. Because if everyone did that, everyone would be confused, no one would know who to bet on, and the whole thing would be fair again. And they're off, and the first to show is blatantly bribed, followed by mafia-backed second favourite. They're just ahead of Joke to the Gills, Mysterious Limp, and just behind them, Out for a Canter, and I'll Fall at the Fifth. And as they come to the fifth, I'll Fall at the Fifth has fallen. I'll Fall at the Fifth has fallen at the fifth in a magnificent display of cheating, and they're coming into the final furlong. Mysterious Limp is slowing, Out for a Canter is clearly struggling, but coming through strongly is mafia-backed second favourite, and as they cross the line, mafia-backed second favourite has won it, which is remarkable, seeing as he has no head. That's been left in someone's bed for tomorrow morning.
Well done, you. The first subject is leadership.
Leadership looks fun, but it's stressful. Just look at anyone leading a conga. On the outside, it looks brilliant, having a great time all the time, just... Yes, you bloody are. Yes, you bloody are, mate. In their heads, just going, I don't know where I'm going. I didn't plan a route. I never asked for any of this. God, I miss my family. Everyone's trapped in the conga. You think you can leave? You can't leave. Person at the back, maybe, they can let go, make a run for it. Everyone else, you let go. You're not out the conga. Now, You're the leader of a rival conga. Now you've got turf wars to worry about. Worst case scenario, you're second from the back, you let go. The one person behind you loves congas, isn't giving up for anyone. You're trying to mingle at the party with a maniac on your hips. Never serious discussion about the Lib Dem conference and still going hell for leather. You'd have to go swimming just to get rid of them. Never going to lead a conga. Never going to lead a Three Cheers either. I don't know who these lunatics are. I don't know where you acquire that level of confidence. Just get up in a room full of people. 3 cheers for Jackie, hip hip. What if everyone goes, no? Not 3 cheers for Jackie, she's an unpleasant person. How about no cheers for Jackie? Hip hip, shut up.
OK, that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. OK, the topic is health. Where you go?
I'm a lot sportier than I might look. In fact, I picked up a little niggle at the gym the other day. I mean, he pronounces it Nigel. I had a very stressful journey getting here today. All the way, this lorry driver was right up my arse. But it was nice of him to give me a lift. I spent most of the afternoon hanging out at the swimming baths. And then somebody told me and I tucked it back in again. I put on a lot of weight recently, so I rang up Weight Watchers. I said, it's an emergency. Can you send somebody round? And they said, yes, we can. We got loads of those. My grief counsellor died recently, but luckily he was so good I didn't give a shit. I accidentally kicked the dog earlier and he bit me on the bollocks. My mate said it's karma. I said, no. If anything, he's even more angry. I went round to see my nan. I said, what you been up to? She said, weed in the garden. I said, well, at least you didn't shit in it. I was in the garden with my girlfriend earlier, and we saw the 18-year-old girl next door, all dolled up, ready to go out clubbing, and my girlfriend said, do you know what? At that age, I could really see myself in her. Which was weird, because I was thinking the exact same.
Well done, Davey. Point there for Davey. Come on.
The next round is called Between the Lines. Rory and Hugh, can you make your way to our Mock the Week press pit? In this round, one player takes the role of a famous person making a speech, while the other says what they really mean. Rory, you are George W. Bush making his TV address to the nation. Hugh, tell us what he's really saying.
My fellow Americans.
People of Florida.
2 years ago, I declared that hostilities in Iraq were over.
Unfortunately, nobody told the other side.
See, we proved them wrong in Iraq. They said there was no link between Iraq and Al-Qaeda.
There is now.
What people have to understand is the problem was essentially our lack of intelligence.
People have to understand. The problem is essentially my lack of intelligence.
See, problem is people keep putting words in my mouth.
Imagine what it would be like if they didn't.
Well, we will stay in Iraq until the job is done.
We will stay in Iraq until the oil is finished.
Very good. Both of you, congratulations. Rory and you. Points for everyone. Sit down. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see, so if everyone can make their way over to the performance area. I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, the first subject is things you wouldn't hear over a tannoy.
We apologise for the delay. Fuck knows when Brexit's happening.
The train on platform 3 has been cancelled because it said something racist on Mock the Week.
Please do not leave your children unattended. Unattended children will be removed and destroyed.
And if you look out of the window on your left, you will see Christ the Redeemer, because I've crashed the plane and this is the afterlife.
This is cashier number 5. Can I get a price check? Can I get a price check for 1 large tub of Vaseline and 1 cucumber? Oh, it's OK, he's gone.
In a moment, the flight crew will remind you you're in a metal tube which can fall out of the sky. Please pay attention as they tell you about a whistle that in no way will save your life.
This is a reminder to smokers, this is a no-smoking flight, and this is a reminder to vapors, you don't look as cool as you think you do.
Amsterdam brothels would like to apologise for the yelp of pain you just heard. Unexpected item in the shagging area.
Hello, this is your pilot speaking. Just to prove that I am not too drunk to use the tannoy, Jeff.
Just a reminder that when we asked you to report anything that doesn't look right, we meant sort of like terrorist stuff, not just a baby wearing ripped jeans.
To avoid congestion, please walk right to the end of the platform, through the tunnel and to the next station.
Don't forget you can take advantage of many deals in store today, or go with no deal because we're British and we won war!
If you see something that doesn't look right, please ignore it. This is England, after all. See it, feel uncomfortable about it, sorted.
This is your pilot, Captain Mohammed Qasim. Psych, it's John Smith.
This is an announcement for the man in the petting zoo. Heavy petting is not allowed. Get your tongue out of that llama.
And we've just pulled out of Paddington. Nobody expected the third film to end that way.
This is your train driver. I don't wish to alarm you, but it seems that we have travelled into space. Now, nobody... Nighttime again.
OK. Next topic is unlikely lines from a blockbuster movie.
We are a race of super-intelligent beings who come from Uranus. Why is everyone laughing?
Welcome to the Hunger Games, or as it's also known, London Fashion Week.
The only way to defeat the evil clown is turning him off, then on again. This is IT.
Look, Rose, the way I see it, the ship is sinking and we're all going to die, so bum stuff?
Joker. A comedian becomes psychotic because people don't find him funny. Just a little warning, that's all.
Fast and Furious, the story of what happens to sex in marriage.
No, of course I'm not Mad Max, not with this cold. I'm Lemsip Max.
Oh, shit! Oh, that hurts so much. God, I hate living in Lego World.
There's only one superhero who can get into this frozen meal. Leave it to Thor.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius. Sorry? Yes, I did go to private school. How'd you know that?
Dude, where's my car? I traded it in for a bike. Oh, piss off, Greta.
I don't like to call it the One Ring. I refer to it as an unexpected item in the Baggins area.
I think this could be the beginning of a very beautiful friendship. Look, he sent me a dick pic.
Woody, Buzz, you're not the only toys that come to life. I belong to Andy's mum, and my name is Rampant Rabbit.
Do you want to know why they call me the Riddler? It's because all of my partners are riddled with STDs.
I got this role because Romesh couldn't make it. I got this role because Nish couldn't make it.
At the end of that round... At the end of that, and the points go to Ed, Ishan and Sindhu.
Unlikely lines from a war movie.
Bad luck, Sir Winston. I'm afraid the Second World War's gone to penalties.
I'm going to go and rescue a horse that's trapped in the wire. You put the potatoes on.
We've located the battleship. It is in the squares B5, B6, B7, 8, 9.
I was sent upriver in Vietnam, tasked with killing a renegade colonel. That was one hell of a gap year.
I haven't seen a case of trench foot this bad since the Isle of Wight festival.
It is better to die on your feet than live on your knees. Anyway, enough about that Talisa video.
Well, if nothing else, this is going to make a lovely tapestry.
We're at 5,000 fathoms. Bing! The hull will never take it, Captain. Bing! And you going bing isn't helping us.
Louis, this could be the start of a beautiful friendship, but only if you dress up as a nurse and give me a discharge.
Sir, new intelligence has come in from the letters page of the Daily Mail, and it seems Herr Hitler has a point.
I can't stand the sound of the guns. Why did I move to Tottenham?
In the Marines, our motto is, no one gets left behind. Private Cameron, where is your daughter?
We make an amphibious landing here. We scale the cliff, avoid the sweeper, bounce on the big balls, and I'll meet you in the wipeout zone.
Chaps, we're about to go over the top. I have a message for you from High Command. Simply says, war! What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again now. War!
Don't put your stuff in that one. It's got a really catchy edge on it. I call it the Hurt Locker.
Medic! 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 I'll tell you what the problem is. I've been shot in my dick.
OK, and the points over to Chris, Hugh and Gary.
Lines you wouldn't hear in a TV detective show.
Next up, on Channel 5, a woman has a painful wrist in RSI Miami.
Of course I dusted for Prince. I'm his cleaner, and he prefers to be known as the artist formerly known as Prince.
How did I recognise him from just his genitalia? Well, it was the red and blue paisley pyjamas around the outside.
Voor tinten tinken depol tinten plinken planken le controlla velen contivel el volge knaval och det belle contal. Do you not speak Danish?
This week, Rosemary and Thyme are joined by two Indian detectives. Turmeric and chili.
You're going to arrest me for making lewd and childish innuendos? I hope you don't expect me to come quietly.
This week, there's panic in Midsummer as they meet their first black man.
Ah, you said it was a whodunit. Yeah, we arrested Hugh Dennis.
I think I have solved it, Watson. No shit, Sherlock.
There has been a heinous crime committed on the Orient Express. Somebody has done a shit while the train was still in a station.
Leave me alone, Watson. I'm going to go back into my mind palace and have the wank of a lifetime.
Yeah. The murderer has cut out the victim's tongue. Let's get that back to the lab. I've got some envelopes need licking.
Now, Constable, the fact that you've had to redo the chalk outline 17 times should surely be an indication that the victim is still alive.
I shoot my gun like I shoot my load into my hand.
You're under arrest. You're not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say means you'll be an actor rather than an extra and you get paid a bit more.
So you say that at the time of the murder, you were hosting Daybreak on ITV. So there's no witnesses to corroborate.
Hello, we're the fashion police. Let's see the body. Oh, blue with green. He deserves to die.
We start, as ever, with our round called Headliners. Here's a picture of former Prime Minister Tony Blair recently, but what does BGBC stand for?
Is it Britain's greatest bullshitter celebrates?
Is it, in fact, Blair's guilt-free, blood-stained conscience?
That was a lovely laugh.
Is he just suggesting what he thinks the next stage in the world should be, the next thing that should happen? Is it bomb Germany, bomb China?
Is it? That would have been an amazing turn in the inquiry. If you just randomly picked countries and went, yeah, if I was still in power, oh, yeah, you'd be gone.
Hey, gang, is it Blair? Great Britain's catastrophe. Oh, I'll go there.
Is it just a description of him? Is it like balder, greyer, besotted by cash?
Is it Blair given blue cordon?
You see in the picture.
Oh, yeah, he has, yeah. She irritates me.
Is it in fact everything the British Army didn't have when we went to war? Bullets, guns, bombs, choppers.
Is it Bush's grinning bum chum?
Would somebody give me the answer?
Blair grilled by Chilcott.
Very good, well done, Andy.
Politics, and the answer is 9%. What's the question?
Is it percentage of British people without sunburn?
Yes. In this room, I think. Yes.
Is it the percentage of British men who bought for their wife 50 Shades of Grey, then tied them to the bed and pissed off down the pub?
Rounding it up, what % of Jesus' disciples turned out to be a bit of a wrong 'un?
Is it what percentage of people at a Michael Bublé concert aren't using Tenna-Lady?
Is it what percentage of EDL members can spell EDL?
Is it at what point would I normally start running around the room going, have you got a charger? Have you got a charger?
Is it for how much of history has Bruce Forsyth been alive?
As a relatively successful stand-up comedian, how much tax should I be paying?
Is it the percentage of Talisa's phone book she didn't have to delete in custody?
What are Edward Snowden's chances of making 40? Well, I'm not going to kill him.
Are you sure you weren't initiating the murder of Edward Snowden?
Unless this is a sleeper cell that I really hadn't known about. You've operating since 2000.
You definitely offered me £100 backstage to kill Edward Snowden. It definitely happened.
To be honest, you're a Geordie. You'll do anything for £100.
What proportion of the UK electorate think UKIP is in fact a sleeping tablet?
OK.
OK.
I know I say these words a lot.
The real answer is...
what gradient of hill makes Chris Froome go, that's a piece of piss?
How many Glastonbury Festival goers are still chilling out in front of the pyramid stage?
Is it how much of the show will be over by the time you get the correct answers to this?
What percentage of this panel will still be alive when Dave show the final repeat of this episode?
Amen, brother.
OK. Sorry, genuinely, the correct answer you can, please.
Genuinely,
yes.
What percentage of people actually can't believe it's not butter?
Is it genuinely... What percentage of Dale Winton's skin has not been replaced by World of Leather?
Please, can we just have a proper answer for once in the show?
Is this the MP's pay rise? Is this how much our MPs pay due to go up by?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Ed Bird. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is parenting. Who wants to come in on that? Avivada.
I'm a parent, and no one ever actually prepares you properly for being a parent. They give you some books about what's going to happen to your body, how the baby's going to grow. When I find out nowadays if any of my friends are actually going to have a child, the book I give them is We Need to Talk About Kevin. Because I'm not going to lie to you, it hasn't really worked out for me. I can kind of tell how old people's kids are by the enthusiasm in their answer if you ask if they've got kids. Because if they go, yeah, I've got kids, you can tell the kids are still quite young. They haven't had time for the hate to really kick in. So having a daughter and having a son, I've actually worked out why you men are so messed up. And what it is, right, is because my son, he talks quite a lot. He rabbits on a lot. And the other day he was going, Mum, Mum, and I just went, shut up, or else I'll knock you out. And he turned around to me and he went, Mum, I'd like to see you try. So I tried. I had to see if the joke would work. And I realised, because my son, he's the same height as me now, he plays county-level rugby, he's actually stronger than me. And I realised, gosh, I actually can't physically hurt this boy. So I sat there and I thought about it, and it was at that point I realised, oh, my gosh, I'm going to have to mess him up psychologically. And that is what we do.
Thank you very much, Anna. OK, the next subject, please. Let's spin the wheel. Next subject is science. Who wants to come in that? Chris Ashton.
I'll tell you the problem with science, right? The problem with science is it refuses to speak the language of those of us who don't understand science, right? Even when it's the job of science to be talking to us numpties, it can't bring itself to speak as we do. Pick up a packet of paracetamol, right? Look at the instructions on the back of that. It says, for the treatment of neuralgia, fibrositis, muscular whatever. We don't talk like that. If that talked anything like us, that would say, for the treatment of the worst headache I've ever had in my life. A pain in my side, I'm sure actually is cancer this time. My wife's had to help me out of the car. It's coming out of both ends like someone's hit a pan of chocolat with a mallet. That is how we talk, right? But it doesn't... We can't tell what's actually science and what is some hokey nonsense dressed up as science to, you know, entice us in. That's why cosmetics companies, whenever they bring out a new thickness of goop, right, they give it a kind of sciencey name so we'll be all dazzled. Nivea D-N-Age. O-F off. Right? Avon's new cream is called a Nugenics. What? A Nugenics, right? That's been through marketing, that's been through focus groups, design. Did nobody at any point go, a Nugenics? You don't think that sounds a bit Third Reich-y, maybe? What next? New pro-genocide, now with anti-Semitox. Sandra, can I borrow your ethnic cleanser?
Well done, Chris Hansen. And that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is the USA.
So I've just come back from America, apparently. While I was there, I saw one of those very, 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 very large Americans. He said he fitted kitchens. I said, I bet you don't. I went up to this girl, I said, what's your name? She said, Chantal. I said, well, if you're not going to tell me your name... I said, what do you do for a living? She said, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. I said, I hope you're not a travel agent. When I was in America, I bought tickets for the Bears versus the Cowboys. Bit of a disappointment. I want to see Bears versus Cowboys. And then I bought tickets for the Giants versus the Jets. Another missed opportunity. Then I bought tickets for the Packers versus the Dolphins. Get in the box, get in the box.
Thank you very much. Points for everyone there. Let's all get back, come on. Much. Your category is politics, and the answer is 8%. What is the question?
How much of Abu Hamza will have to be removed so as they can get him through the Heathrow metal detector? What level of erection did I once try and have sex with?
Do you measure like on that scale, or is it just on terms of...
Image of you going out on the pole, checking your wallet before you go out. Condom, protractor.
How is the government planning to catch middle-class tax avoiders?
With a butterfly net and the van from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
It'll probably work better than the plan they have.
They're planning to catch them using lie detectors. Middle-class people taking lie detector tests. It's like an upmarket version of Jeremy Kyle. And I'd like to see that. Wouldn't you like to see that middle-class Jeremy Kyle? You know, my cleaner ran off to another family. My husband's using the wrong cutlery. You corked my Merlot!
The next topic is environment. Andy Parsons.
So, now, apparently, plastic bags are evil. Because apparently, they take 100 years to biodegrade. Now, that came as a bit of a shock to me, because often when you get a bag in a supermarket, they seem to biodegrade when you put anything heavy in them. That is why people double bag, isn't it? Because otherwise, it's like a crap magic trick, isn't it? They give you the bag, you put the bag on the counter, you put the stuff in the bag, you pull up the bag, and hey presto, the stuff's still there on the bloody counter.
Well done, Andy Parsons.
People were saying, oh, well, it's stupid, you know, what's the point of any of our kids learning Arabic? But it could be quite useful, couldn't it? For instance, if you were sat on the tube and two people in front of you were speaking Arabic, it would make you a little more relaxed about what they had in their bag. Basically, these education proposals, you know, they've been upsetting teachers. And you don't want to upset a teacher, do you? Very easy to upset a teacher. All you've got to do to upset a teacher is go, oh, you've got long holidays. They don't like that, do they? And then, if you continue with that with, oh, and you finish at 3:30. Oh, they're livid, aren't they? Oh, I've got me marking.
And Frankie, the next topic is... it's terrorism. Andy's in like a shot.
Now, Tony Blair has once again tried to justify improving our nuclear weapons because he says one of the reasons is he's worried terrorists such as Osama bin Laden might get hold of them. Now, once again, I think this is scaremongering. We know Osama bin Laden hasn't got a nuclear weapon because we haven't seen it on his videos. We know he's got a rifle and a donkey. I don't think we've got to worry until he's ditched the rifle and we see his donkey strapped with a cruise missile.
Well done, Andy Parsons. Bad things to say at a job interview.
I'm really only here because I'm hoping to slip on a wet floor and then fall off a ladder.
Hey, I remember you from the dungeon. How you doing? It's me, Gimpy Terry.
I'm Gimpy Terry's mate.
He has been accused of verbally abusing a policeman at the gates to Downing Street who wouldn't let him through the main gates and forced him to go through the pedestrian gates. He swore at the policeman and apparently called him a pleb.
They may have changed the words he said, because the words they claim he says was, best you learn your effing place, you don't run this effing government, you're effing plebs. Right. He said he didn't say those words. Now, I can't read out what words he said, because he hasn't told us, so those are the only ones I can read out.
These are the people, though, who are charged with protecting him. You don't want to upset them.
No.
Oh, yes, I didn't catch Mr. Mitchell as he fell from the second floor of the building, because I didn't think he'd want me to touch him, given that I'm a pleb and everything. But as we took his body out of Downing Street, we took him through the main gate. It's what he would have wanted.
We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of Prime Minister Gordon Brown with his immediate predecessor, Tony Blair. But what does BMCB stand for?
Is it Brown's Mental Complete Breakdown?
or is it just Britain's Mr. Charisma Bypass?
Is it Blundering Morons Crucifixion Begins?
Well, is it just bollocks? My career's buggered.
Sometimes that's all satire needs to be.
Yeah.
I'll call it ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come in with their suggestions. The first subject is unlikely things to hear on Comic Relief.
And we'd just like to thank the donation of 160,000 turkeys from a Mr. B. Matthews.
The next topic is the worst thing your new neighbour could say.
What day do the bins go out round here? My wife's body's starting to stink.
I hope my turkeys won't be keeping you awake. So, it was the Olympic parade last week. It was great seeing it live. Obviously, I had to keep a certain amount of a low profile in the crowd because I was throwing a sickie from work at the time. But it was great. 21 buses driving through London at a steady 2 miles an hour. So very like a normal day in London, really. There was an embarrassing moment, though, when one of the conductors rang the bell on the bus and then got the shit kicked out of him by the blind football team. And I realised, actually, that I could get into any sport during the Olympics. The only sport I couldn't actually get into, dressage. Watching a horse walk and then reverse. They call it horse ballet. I don't think anybody would go and see ballet if it was just some bloke walking a bit quicker, slowing down a bit, stopping, bowing, and then pissing off. And secondly, not many people go to ballet anyway because it's shit. Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. Is it the number of tweets that David Cameron's received to his new Twitter account that include the word tosspot? Is it, in fact, what are the chances against getting a joke about Jim Fricks on the BBC?
Scania put you in the cabinet in Italy at the age of 19 if you're good enough. So you can see where it's coming from.
Harriet Harman's an incredible figure, isn't she? You know that Harriet Harman, when she first came to my attention, she wrote a book about the history of feminism, which she dedicated to her husband. Yeah? She's mistaking sexism with people hating her.
She's always saying stupid things, isn't she? She said she is Radio 2 to Gordon Brown's Radio 4. And you're thinking, well, she's not Radio 2. Radio 2 is the most popular radio station in this country. If she's anything, she's Isle of Wight FM on a Sunday morning at 3 o'clock in January when the transmission mast is broken. Andy Murray, a man who actually came along to our studios, didn't he?
Yes, indeed he did.
Came along after he'd lost Wimbledon.
Yep.
And then after we'd all taken the piss out of him, he went off and he won the Olympics and he won the US Open.
Yes.
I think all sports people who are struggling should come into the audience of the show. Let's get Paula Radcliffe, Philip Sidowu, Nick Clegg. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
I think it's kind of ironic that you'd ban smoking in pubs in London when it's kind of impossible to breathe outside a pub in London. Children are chasing buses down the street, like nipping at the tailpipe, hoping for chunks of charcoal fresh air, you know.
So says the man from LA.
You let people drive cars, right? I'm guessing a car puts out more smoke than maybe a cigarette?
It does, but that doesn't mean... Yeah.
You don't actually drive inside. You know, don't drink and drive, especially in the pub.
OK, so war on terror. Who wants to go first? Andy?
Yes, the war on terror. The Americans have said, you know, they're worried that Iraq is their new Vietnam. Let's hope not. Otherwise, we're in for some shit movies in about 10 years' time.
Good man, Andy. Well done. Andy Parsons there. Your category is sport. The answer is 1 billion.
Is it how many wives would Henry VIII have had if he'd been on Tinder?
I shall have her. And I shall have her. Am I even flicking the right way? I shall have her. OK. Oh, thank you. Okay.
Is it how many pounds in cash did the Queen hide under her bed when she'd seen that Jeremy Corbyn had been elected leader?
Her family's security is at risk. Here's a picture of the new Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn. So what's going on here?
Has he been sleeping in the bin on the right?
The idea it could be the oldest delivery boy in the world still hasn't figured out how to hold a pizza correctly.
Is he such a dedicated socialist that he refuses to look to the right, even though that's the direction he is in fact looking?
The topic is politics. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
So, we've had the Lib Dems announce their immigration plan. What they like to do is they'd like to put immigrants into places in Britain which don't, at the moment, have many immigrants. Quite what those parts of Britain will feel about that policy. I grew up for quite a long time in Cornwall, and there they regarded anybody who came from Devon as an immigrant. We had one bloke on our street who was known as the Traveller because he'd once been by train up to London. And we have a new president for Europe, a man by the name of Herman Van Rompuy. Now, the Sun can't wait to get a headline going on this one. Rumpy Pumpy, Rumpy Numpty, Humpty Rumpy. They'll go for gold if he gets involved in an affair with a one-legged ugly dwarf. Rumpy Pumpy from Rumpy Numpty with Frumpy Stumpy Grumpy.
Well done, Andy Parsons. Your category is world news. The answer is 1/5. What's the question?
How much of a Boris Johnson speech is not, well, I say, yes?
OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a science documentary.
Hello, my name's Dara O'Brien. And to try and bring science to the masses, I'm going to appear in a programme with Stephen Hawking wearing a ridiculous hat.
Just enough with the, you know... I love that hat, by the way.
Hello, I'm Dara O'Brien. And I've got a massive head and a massive brain. But all I get to do in this bit is just press a little button.
The Olympics. Who wants to come in that? Any Parsons.
Now, I don't know how you got on with getting tickets for the Olympics. There are still tickets for the Greco-Roman wrestling. Yeah, whoopee-doo. There aren't so many Romans in Britain anymore, are there? And those Greeks can't afford the tickets. And we will have forever our first GB football team. Yeah, it'll be the first time that Ryan Giggs, Ashley Cole and John Terry have got together since the last Miss World contest. But if you haven't got any tickets, go and see the Olympic road race cycling, right? It's free, yeah? But it's not the same as proper road cycling. Never in the Olympics do you see somebody having to go off into a ditch because there's a lorry turning left. Never do you see somebody go over the handlebars because some idiot in his car has opened the door without looking in his side mirror. Never do you see somebody fall off their bike because a car has screamed past and somebody has whined down the window and shouted, "Boo!" Although that may happen when the Olympics come to Hackney in 2012.
Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. What did David Cameron do recently that no other serving British Prime Minister has ever done?
Samantha Cameron.
Yeah. That's true. But he also went on Letterman in the States, didn't he?
He came out to loads of dry ice and they said it represented a London fog when we haven't had a London fog for over 100 years. That's the stereotype image that those Americans believe. What? The fat, dumb redneck. The closest we've currently got to a London fog is Boris Johnson at the moment. Either that or like Amy Childs from The Only Way is Essex.
What Boris Johnson did say was that he got it wrong deliberately because he didn't want to seem like he had Latin coming out of every orifice. Now, that sounds creepy, doesn't it? That is...
The thing about Boris Johnson, though, isn't it, is everybody thinks he's quintessentially English, but in fact he was born in America, named after a Russian, and looks like a Swedish person who's eaten another Swedish person.
And it's the economy. Annie Parsons.
I suppose we should be grateful we're not in Greece. Things very bad there. There's rioting. Things so bad, the austerity measures, that they can't even afford to put petrol in their milk bottles to chuck them. Things are so bad they're having to put milk in their milk bottles. That's how bad things are. Oi, take that. Yeah. In 2 hours, your clothes are going to smell really bad. The European Central Bank, right, they have said that when it comes to Greece, they think it may be a bit like the Ebola virus, right? And they said we may have to cut off our leg to survive. Now, they may know a bit about finance. They know very little about the Ebola virus. It affects your entire body. You cut your leg off, you've still got the Ebola virus. You've just got one leg bloody less.
Thank you very much, Annie Parsons. Lines you wouldn't hear in a war film.
We've managed to crack the Germans' code. Turns out they were sending messages in German.
I'm afraid we can't afford goggles. So what we're going to have to do, we're all going to have to go like this.
Things you didn't hear at the Olympics.
I am the little girl from the opening ceremony. This is my real voice.
And it's gold for Ireland! And it...
Go on, go again, man, go again. Do it.
And there's fuck all for Ireland!
No, I'm not letting you off for the last Ireland joke. You're not getting on again for the rest of the show. You are not doing another one for the rest of the show, all right? Discarded titles for the next Harry Potter book.
Harry Potter and the Mudblood Prince in a Nazi uniform. Harry Potter and the two other kids who can't act.
The first topic is global warming. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
Sheryl Crow, she's gone into the debate. She wants us to save natural resources by apparently using only one sheet of toilet paper per visit. Now, let's face it, sometimes that's just not feasible, is it? But ever since I found that out, part of me's there thinking, each time I use more than one sheet, I've let Sheryl Crow down. Then part of me's thinking, oh, I'd never want to go out with Sheryl Crow. She's a toilet paper Nazi. And half the time, she's probably got a dirty arse.
Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. Here's a picture of former Prime Minister Tony Blair recently, but what does BGBC stand for?
Is it in fact Blair's guilt-free, blood-stained conscience? Is it?
That was a lovely answer.
Is it in fact everything the British Army didn't have when we went to war? Bullets, guns, bombs, choppers. I would like to apologise for the rocking of this boat, but we are currently being humped by a whale. There appears to have been an incident in the swimming pool. If a Mr. Barrymore could contact the captain... He actually has ice baths in a wheelie bin. And I mean, that can't be enjoyable, can it? Particularly if he does it on a Tuesday and gets carried away by the cancer.
What a rugby commentator would never say.
Oh, and he skipped through the defence, and that's lucky, because if these South Sea Islanders catch you, they eat you.
And it's the coin toss, and Johnny Wilkinson has sprained his thumb. And here comes...
Hugh Dennis.
It was after I heard the buzzer that I realised there was one thing I hadn't heard at the Olympics, right, Would fuck it.
Our next round is called This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. James, which category would you like?
I would like sport, please, Dara.
OK, sport it is. The answer is 8 out of 10. What is the question?
How many buzzcocks have got news for you?
Is it how many Tory MPs are currently trying to delete their WhatsApp photo messages as we speak?
It's a sport question. Is it how many of the hairs on Wayne Rooney's head started on his arse?
Is it?
I think that's where they get them, isn't it? Didn't you have that done?
Yes, it is. I haven't had that done. No, I haven't had that done.
I didn't say no. I didn't say you would have it done. I didn't look at you and say you had it done.
How clean shaven would my arse be if this is me after the transplant?
You might have had it done the other way.
You think I got my it's lovely now. Very comfortable now. Yeah. Shall we move on?
Here's one that 4 people will get. In the unaired finale of Star Trek Voyager, who did 7 of 9 marry?
Or is it how many people watched Emma Watson's speech for the wrong reasons?
Is it how many people in my hip-hop dance troupe are not twins?
Are you one of the twins?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Is it, if you asked Kanye West to name 10 people he admires, how many people would be Kanye West?
Is it how many Strictly celebrities are having affairs with their dance partners?
What are my rough chances of happiness every time I dip into a bag of Revels?
Coffee, is it? Coffee
I don't like the coffee. I'm not fond of the orange.
Do you not like the orange?
Don't like the coffee at all, and I'm not fond of the orange.
Yeah.
Do not push me on this. I swear to God, I will take your fucking eye out. Sorry.
Ed! I've said this before. Let it go in the Revels. All right. Ed, just buy a bag of minstrels, Ed. I've said it to you constantly.
How many of the answers in this round won't be broadcast?
Yeah. Now, Ed, does anyone try to answer the question?
So I think this is actually how many times Europe have beaten America in the Ryder Cup.
Very good. Thank you very much, Sarah. That's fantastic, yeah.
Really good points, man.
Unlikely things to hear in a restaurant.
Let's skip the pudding. You look like you've had enough already.
Wow, thanks for picking up the bill, Dara.
No, I'm sorry, we don't have snail porridge. No, this isn't owned by Heston Blumenthal. This is Heston Services.
How does crispy aromatic duck sound? Quack, quack. But that was before it was either crispy or aromatic.
Do I have a reservation? Well, I'm not sure about all these Polish people moving over here.
Table for 2, please. But no food. I'm a woodworm.
This is a traditional Greek restaurant, so don't worry if you can't pay. The German government will cover it.
You'd like a Foster's? Hang on, I'll see if we've got any left. Barry, any Foster's left? Yeah, keg's nearly full, Jim.
Here's the tip. If you find the rest of the chef's penis, please let us know.
Have you been to a harvester before? I'm joking, no one comes twice.
It's nice to see the rugby players getting along with the dwarves.
Well, that's an unusual taste, isn't it? What is in this death by chocolate?
It's nice to see Zara and Mike getting along.
Yes, it is all-you-can-eat night, and that's why you can't come in, Mr. Pickles.
Oh, my God. There's a man's face in my soup and it looks just like me.
Excellent choice, sir. This lady is much fitter than your wife.
Rose for the lady. If you want to do something for the lady, why don't you fuck off?
OK, the point go to Chris Hughes-Stewart. How has Trump himself dealt in fake news this week?
It's a false Time magazine cover, isn't it?
Yes, he put up fake Time magazine covers in 5 of his clubs. This, which was framed with Donald Trump as a television smash written on it. And then if you go to the barcode, if you scan the barcode, it just sends you directly to a website that allows you to create your own fake Time magazine covers.
What is the point? He's actually been on the cover of Real Time magazine.
Yes.
It's like you mocking yourself up in front of the Mock the Week logo going, I told you I was on the show.
Yes.
Does he like it? In that photo, he looks like he's absolutely determined to have very pointy orange eyebrows.
For a man who gives out about fake news, it is, and had this ridiculous thing up, it is kind of offensive, really. It's something I expand upon, actually, quite a lot in an interview I did recently with Women's Health magazine.
And I have to say, at first I was disappointed that there wasn't an article about me, but then I spotted the killer abs on the loose.
It's something I discussed, actually, quite at length in an interview I recently did with Classic and Sports Car magazine, which you'll see these, yes, it's just a thing I have on the wall at home. How many of these did you do?
What makes you look like Vladimir Putin?
That is, may I say, your Photoshop skills ran out. Darlene, how I've learned to ride a horse despite my heavily broken neck. I cannot see to the front, and yet I can still jump the fences. No, put me back on the horse. I wish to ride again. This game involves Joe, Gary and Andy, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers will step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. The first subject is sport. Who wants to give me that? Andy Parsons.
So, it was the Olympic parade last week. It was great seeing it live. Obviously, I had to keep a certain amount of a low profile in the crowd because I was throwing a sickie from work at the time. But it was great. 21 buses driving through London at a steady 2 miles an hour. So very like a normal day in London, really. There was an embarrassing moment, though, when one of the conductors rang the bell on the bus and then got the shit kicked out of him by the blind football team. And I realised, actually, that I could get into any sport during the Olympics. The only sport I couldn't actually get into, dressage. Watching a horse walk and then reverse. They call it horse ballet. I don't think anybody would go and see ballet if it was just some bloke walking a bit quicker, slowing down a bit, stopping, bowing, and then pissing off. And secondly, not many people go to ballet anyway because it's shit.
Thank you very much, Danny Parsons. OK, let's see what the next subject is. And it's the internet. Who wants to come up? Joe.
The internet. You know when you buy things on Amazon and they have recommendations? You know, like the person who purchased this also purchased this. I was thinking I would like to hack into Amazon and put up my own recommendations. So, like, the customer who purchased My Story by Danny Minogue also purchased a length of rope and a wobbly chair. Customers who bought the book Fabulous Photos of Puppies and Kittens also bought Why Men Leave. And customers who bought 50 Shades of Grey also bought a great big cucumber. Internet crime is apparently on the rise because of the recession, because we're all short of money. Like, in my family, like, my granddad has to go into a home, and these places are very expensive, but we found somewhere, and it's really nice, because he's got his own sort of kitchenette, he's got his own shower stall, there's an outside space with plants and shrubs and stuff. Best thing is, it's completely free. We've left him in home base.
OK, that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what topic you've been left with. Spin the wheel. And the topic is family.
Family. Okay. Old lady names are very much back in fashion at the minute, like Lily or Elsie or Rose, and we wanted something like that for our daughter, but we couldn't decide, so in the end we just called her Nan. I told her she'll grow into it. I remember one time my uncle asked me to spell Schadenfreude and I couldn't, but he's dead now and I'm not, so I win. My cousin always introduces himself as Stephen with a PH, and that's because he's slightly acidic. My married friends would always tell me there's someone out there for everyone, and I'd think, wow, she must be a right slag. Knock, knock, who's there? Grandad. Shit, stop the funeral. Grandad asked me how to print on his new computer. I said, just Control-P. He said, I haven't been able to do that for years. My confirmed bachelor uncle always describes himself as asexual, but I'd also add be gay. As a child, I was always told that if I touched myself down there, God was watching, but it turned out it was just Uncle Peter. Thank you.
Lovely stuff, well done. Point to the I'm going to go to the lady. Come on, back. As he prepares to assume centre stage, Frankie, you are Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Thank you, got it right in one. You will tell us what he really means.
I am Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad.
But you can call me Ted.
We are developing nuclear power, but our aim is peaceful.
We are developing nuclear power, but our aim is Jerusalem.
We're developing nuclear power which could benefit the West.
Have you considered changing your electricity supply?
Iran has been accused of sponsoring terrorism.
We do. 50p a mile.
The American president is the son of a swine. I hope that one day his body is identified by the teeth marks on my penis.
I don't like George Bush.
We are a modern people. At night, I relax by listening to the Stones.
Thudding into the bodies of innocent women.
I am opposed to nuclear weapons and would like to see reducing numbers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Very good, well done.
Oh, put him down, Camilla. I'm sorry she's insatiable. Anyway, I meant to give you this. I don't know why. I don't care.
Oh, look at this. This is lovely. This is like a lovely Christmas present. Goodness, my voice is even lower than normal. I wonder if they have any strepsils. By the way, I have already paid for this. I'm not walking off with it.
Oh, for goodness sake, Camilla, put them down. It's a compulsion. We haven't got any money.
Oh, no, please, if you could just pop them in the bag, that'd be thank you so much. Lovely, thank you.
Just a quick word in your shell-like, Your Royal Highness. That is, in fact, the 4th carrier bag your wife has filled with Christmas goodies. So far, she hasn't paid us for any of them. It's a charity event.
Well, don't worry, I'll just write you a pretend IOU.
I normally prefer to play the way I handle my relationship with my mother. Contactless. You take your hat off and you bow. That's what you do. Hat off, bow. It may be Christmas, but I'm still the Prince of Wales. Yes.
Oh, look at these. These are lovely. Would you give me a small furry aviator? Could I have one, please? No. Miserable wanker.
Hello, Camilla. We got all the goods you asked us to obtain for you.
That's lovely. Are they all here? Oh, what a lovely puppy. Could I have the puppy? Look at these dogs. What lovely dogs. Could I have the dogs?
Well done, you did it! Rory, you're England football manager Sven Göran Eriksson talking about recent events.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, ladies.
I've just had a meeting with the chief executive of the FA.
Well, he said he was from the FA.
We reached a very amicable settlement.
I'm rich!
When I took on this job, I knew exactly how much it involved.
$4.5 million a year.
We'll do well in the World Cup. We've got an excellent squad.
Peter Crouch is world class.
I would like to reassure you that my mind is very much on the job.
Nice tits.
In other royal news, who's been found in a car park in Leicester?
This is Richard III, isn't it?
It is Richard III, yes.
Do you know about Richard III?
I know a little bit about Richard III, yes.
Well,
Although
Richard
my image of Richard III would be kind of, because we weren't taught a lot of that in school, is of the Shakespeare...
So he was
Skywalker.
Your friends cannot save you now. Oh, the Death Star will be quite operational once your friends arrive. You get a different version. You get a different version to us.
Richard III was the man who lost the War of the Roses to Alan Titchmarsh. And he died at the Battle of Bosworth, and his remains have been found under a car park in Leicester, which is great, but they don't know what to do with him because he's lost his ticket and he's got £6 grand in back payments. He's got to pay another 50 because he's buried across 2 spaces.
I'm amazed that anyone's shocked about finding him. The state of car parks these days, you can't walk 10 feet without putting your feet in a Richard III.
It's not a big deal either, is it? They found him in...
It's not a big deal.
They found Richard... It's not a big deal. They find Prince Harry in a skip most weeks.
It's an amazing addition to Leicester's Hall of Fame. They've got Engelbert Humperdinck, Shawaddy Waddy, Rusty Lee and now Richard III. It's the worst variety show of all.
All emceed by Gary Lineker.
Please tell me that he comes on at the end.
I'm suspicious it is Richard III, but firstly because, you know, they didn't have car parks in the olden days, and also because they found the bones in a small cardboard box labelled Southern Fried Chicken.
Well, I think that's the reason chickens do have a curvature of the spine.
Yes, they do. Wings.
It is, yes.
And people were a lot smaller then, so...
They weren't the size of a chicken. That's the way
I have found Richard III. Just a chicken carcass. Yeah, look. We didn't have to dig. One of the cars pulled out and it was just here. It was just sitting there.
They think he killed the Princess in town. They're not quite sure, but they think it was with a candlestick or the lead piping. That's one thing. And they think that now he was probably quite a good king, in fact. Don't they? He also said a horse, a kingdom for a horse.
I think he should be saying, the Force! My empire for the Force! Skywalker! That is the greatest thing of everything in the world. Like, oh, the Death Star will be quite operational.
There's a pit beating monkey. This
Monkey! I have given...
like a Chinese Death Star. This Death Star, a lot cheaper than the other Death Star. But it's not faster! What the hell is this? You cross my palm with my lightsaber. I tell you, fortune!
You deliver to Endor! Endor outside of range!
You have to correct! I put down the force field so you can get in, innit?
I'm looking forward to the worldwide distribution of this episode.
He's just so sort of unbearably sort of patronising and out of touch, isn't he?
Yes.
Well, who hasn't dropped some cocaine tablets and listened to the Arctic Kaiser Chiefs? I mean, it's that thing, you know, where everything is a photo opportunity for him.
Yeah.
And none of it's actually that impressive. So it's not that impressive to ride huskies or cycle a bike. Seeing as it's just a photo opportunity anyway, I'd like to see Cameron kick a lion's head off. I would vote for that. If he came on in his party political broadcast and kicked a lion's head off and then turned to the camera and went, could Tony Blair kick a lion's head off?
We have a picture of the front row of the Tory conference. I mean, this is like Weblog Central. Look at these people here. This is the actual people who are...
If you're making a speech to people of that age, you could probably do the same speech at least 4 times. Because you figure at least 2 of them are going to be dead the next year. One of them's going to forget, and the other one's probably not going to hear it in the first place.
They must have been quite confused. It must have been, when's Daniel O'Donnell going to sing?
There was a lovely kind of...
I have to say, I hated it when there's comedians in the audience, particularly when they're in the royal box, because my wife loves the tennis, absolutely, and she's glued to Wimbledon every year, and every time it cuts to the royal box, it'll be like Michael McIntyre or Stephen Fry is in there. I can just feel my wife's eyes on me, like, if you were just a bit funnier.
Unlikely lines from a blockbuster movie.
I cannot hold her, Captain! I cannot hold her! Oh, no, hang on, I'll put it in the cup holder until she cools down.
Say hello to my little friend. This is Warwick Davis.
In all the Weatherspoons in all the world, he had to walk into mine. Tall fella, answered to the name of Dara, said I'd recognize him from the back of a megabus.
This is the furthest outreaches of the universe, Alpha Centauri. How did they get to host the World Cup? Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? It's just very difficult to tell you've got a lazy eye.
Well, lovely to see you, David. Oink, oink. Lovely to see you too, Angler. Particularly because when the car pulled up, I thought you were Nicola Sturgeon. Terrible woman. Anyway, loving the jacket. Have you come as one of the minions? I'm wearing yellow because it's the colour of Nick Clegg and I know how much you miss him. Also, it's the colour of mustard you might have on pork. Oh, what, that silly thing? Oh, that's a plinth, small enough to hold the names of every refugee we haven't let in from Syria. Anyway, over to you, Angler. Thank you very much, David. There are many things. Germans would like to teach Britain how to make a decent car, how to falsify emissions records. Oh, God, I can't help daydreaming. I wonder how Porky is now. Mostly, I want to talk about the European referendum. You plan to renegotiate, then hold an in-out referendum. This is wrong. It should be in-out, then shake it all about. Well, thank you, Angler. That's certainly the approach I took in Oxford all those years ago.
OK, here we go. The first subject tonight is commercials that never made it to air.
I'm Tony the Tiger. Siegfried and Roy taste great.
For effective ethnic cleansing, use Milosevic.
Wimbledon's so posh, though, because even the ball boys have the balls posh. When they pick the balls up, they just go... What's that? Why can't I just throw it back to him? He gets the ball, they go... What's that about? The thing is, I love if the ball boys, if they had done like jury service where anyone just got picked at random to do it, rather than all these little posh kids just like rude boys going, "I leave it out, bruv, I ain't getting your fucking ball." 30 degrees, bruv.
This week, Rory, you'll be Tony Blair and Gordon Brown making a recent announcement.
Right, I'm running the country, he's not. Just a word. I think it's important that you understand these are the real decisions that affect the future of the country. Should I have curry or an Indian? Or no, maybe Italian. Italian, that'd be nice. Or no, maybe Chinese. Right, and I think, these are the important things, the things we all come together and decide, they're going to determine exactly what's going to happen in the future. And those decisions, pink for the upstairs bedroom, green for the downstairs... And that's what I'm saying to you simply here. And, we've all gathered here, we've got a number of people. There's a man there who, I think his hair was black when we started. But, no, look, I agree with everything he says, not because I actually agree, but because it's a better chance of me taking over when he's actually finished. Hey, you believe that, you believe anything? Hi. Hi. You got your head the wrong way around. I love the Smurfs, yeah, good. No, the original, he said 3 months. And then, of course, we fell out about that. But I think he will be out quite soon. I honestly do. I'm sorry, I said I'll move when the house is ready. The trouble is I gave the contract to Multiplex, right? OK, so it could be another 18 months. These two Muslims walk in a bar, OK?
Hello. I'm looking for a woman with massive tits. So that she won't be intimidated by mine. I'm looking for a lady who can share the good times and the council tax. I've taken a lot of care with my appearance. I've taken care to appear like a cartoon dog who's accidentally swallowed a pickle. I've always wanted to have sex in a car, and I've got two, so I reckon if we park them side by side and take the doors off, I could just about manage it. So, get in touch if you fancy friendship or something more, by which I mean intercourse.
Our next round is bombshell phone calls. Here, two players take on the identity of famous figures who are on the phone to one another. Frankie or Tony Blair calling American President George W. Bush, who'll be played by Rory.
Hello, George. Pick up the phone.
What's that ringing sound?
Mr. President, it's the telephone.
OK. Hi, who's that?
This is Tony.
Tony, hi, haven't heard from you in a while.
Didn't we speak yesterday?
Oh, that Tony, yeah. Just 1 second, I'm gonna put you on hold. Do we know this guy?
He's from Great Britain.
Are they for us or against us?
I think we're not currently fighting them, sir.
Sorry, Tony, your call is important to us. Go ahead.
Well, I hear you've been having some trouble with Dick Cheney.
Mr. Cheney's an upright guy. He's an outstanding citizen. And just want to say he's a great deputy prime minister. No, he's not.
Vice president, sir.
He's vice president. Thank you. I'll tell you, every world leader could do with a dick as their deputy.
Well, I've certainly got one.
They tell me you're going to stand down soon. So tell me about Gordon. Can we trust him?
I'm sure we can.
Arrange a meeting with Gordon and the I can't speak either. Arrange a meeting with Gordon and the Lizard Masters.
I'm sorry, did you say Lizard Masters?
I have to say, George, this impression is uncanny.
Ah, tally-ho, look out, posh boy coming through. I wonder if there's any grub. I'm absolutely starving.
Now, remember why we're here, Boris? We're here to reassure the public about spending cuts, not just so you can eat.
No, but look, there's cake. There's cake. There's loads of cake. I love cake. They've got all sorts of cake. They've got pink cake. They've got blue cake. What am I? Am I pink? Am I blue? Am I pink? I've never been pink. God, I sound like William Hague. Anyway, all the cake's on cameras. He's got loads of cash from the spending cuts.
Actually, this is the last £10 left in Britain, so we'd best be careful with it.
Well, I want a meringue. I love a meringue. I love all the cream in a meringue.
Well, why don't you share mine? I mean, times are hard.
Well, I could, I suppose, but I have a rule. I have a rule. I never share anything with another man, unless, of course, it's his wife. There we go. Now, careful, don't get any of the white stuff up there. No, that would be very bad. Anyway.
So, do you have any change? We were hoping to save some for the poor people. It doesn't really matter, but if there is some left over. Have you £3? Lovely. That's absolutely perfect.
God, there's a big crowd here. I wonder if I could do them for the congestion charge. They absolutely love me for the congestion charge. They love my blonde-haired buffoonery. They love me. Come on, Boris. Oh, yes, they love me. And they love me when I'm riding my bike. That's what they really love. Yes, oops.
There we go. That's the Pakistani betting syndicate satisfied.
Oh, look, lovely. Sticky fingers. Yes, I love a sticky finger. That's not the first. Oh, look, a genuine Cockney. Hello, how are you? Oh, Lauren Lummy, who shot Cock Robin, apples and pears. Down the old chimney and Mary Poppins, the Cray twins, innit?
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well done, you.
Things you'd never hear a French person say.
Of course, it looked hopeless, but we kept fighting.
I'd like a bottle of Burgundy and a Dairy Lee Dunker, please.
You're English. How nice to meet you.
J'aime beaucoup, Monsieur Jeremy Clarkson.
I've just bought a wonderful little holiday home in the south of Birmingham.
Okay, our next topic is what the voices in Tony Blair's head are saying.
You will obey. You will obey.
Trains, toilets, and celebrities. What is the question?
Is it, if you're going to make a sex tape on public transport, what 3 things do you need?
Is it what Peter Andre says when he's asked what his daily routine is?
Our trains, our toilets, and our celebrities.
Is it what?
High pitched but not Australian anymore.
Our trains, our toilets, our celebrities.
I went to a voice coach to get rid of my Australian accent, and I can't help thinking she's done something wrong.
I've been over in this country for a while, so I sometimes slip into both fucking accents. Our trains got them a six-pack. I don't miss my jeans. And the celebrities are making the money for the kids.
Yes. Now, I am from the south. Have you noticed? I have been north, up the M1, and I don't know what happens to the word the. It seems to disappear at about junction 25 on the M1, and the word the just goes, that's it from me, I'm getting off. You go on ahead. Are you coming with? No, I'm not interested up there. And then you get there and they don't have, they say, oh, fridge, oh, you're going up to, what are you doing? My first experience of this was when I went to the cinema in Leeds. I saw The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. I had more fun asking the woman what it is I'd booked to see than watching the entire movie itself. So what is it I'm seeing here today? Took one, took witch and took wardrobe. What's he talking about? Are you hearing this? Are you taking toothpaste? Yes, of course. I thought it might be a nice idea maybe to go to HMV and get a DVD of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, maybe The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and perhaps an album by The. And just line them up on the counter. What is it I've decided to purchase here? Took one, took witch and took wardrobe. Took good, took bad and took ugly. And took. Thank you.
Well done, Michael.
When I went on Dragon's Den, how much did I want for a 2% share in my body hoover business?
James, talk numbers. How many? What's your turnover?
Well, Deborah. I haven't really got the numbers in my head. That's what they say, isn't it?
Right, I'm out.
That usually gets...
What is the count in Sesame Street up to now?
We think he's just somewhere in a bar, just still counting. Tiny Transylvanian puppet in a bar. 1.5.
We start tonight with a round called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, what's going on here?
Is Putin saying, damn, did I put the cyanide in the tea or in the sherry?
Is Cameron, in fact, trying to upset Putin by trying to drink his sherry in the most gay way possible?
Putin does look really relaxed, doesn't he? I think he's watching one of his favourite sports, and there may be two bears killing a dog.
What, Bear Dog? I love Bear Dog. I watch it on Russian television all the time.
Cameron presumably is just saying, 2 more series and I invade Syria.
Is that David Cameron tries to lighten the mood at the G20 by playing a tiny trumpet?
Are you sure it's not actually a picture of Mr. Burns and Smithers?
I think they're discussing election strategy. I think Putin's explaining how he's already won his next 4 elections.
Presumably they're playing the Obama speech drinking game. Every time Obama says red line, they have to have a drink.
Maybe neither of them are speaking.
That's true.
Just taking apart the entire conceit of
Can I just say at this point that I can't do an impression of David Cameron? I don't think anybody can. And in fact, I think I was only asked on this program tonight because Dara actually was a president earlier in the week that Dara was not feeling very well. So they said, so we need to cover in case Dara doesn't make it to the show and the recording. So if you can come in and do that, would be great. Andy Parsons.
What a particularly savage Ed Byrne impersonation you're doing there. I never knew he had a love child with Louis Walsh, but they seem to be living in one giant house together, raised by Terry Wogan. Anyway,
The answer is £100 a day. What is the question?
Is it according to The Sun, how much does the average beggar make a day?
You're ruining by saying a day when it's already got a day in the answer.
Is it? Let me have another crack at that one.
Repetition of a day.
Say
it without a day and I'll watch.
What's happening? Well, I was just about to.
Hang on a minute. Ed's turned into like the Microsoft paperclip. He's trying to write his letter. You're doing it wrong.
Are you doing a list?
left.
According to the Sun, right, what does a beggar earn?
But we are apparently in the middle of a countryside crime wave. Have you seen this?
If I lived in the country, I'd be delighted if someone did a crime, because I'd be bored out of my mind. Thank God you've turned up with a shotgun to steal my rhubarb. Could you kill me on the way out?
Some bloke sold rhubarb from an allotment. You have to
tag it.
Just
Why don't they
imagine,
tag it?
imagine the phone call. Just some deranged. They've taken it. It's gone. My prize-winning marrow. Is there no God? You have. Surely you have to
just
feel
put
sorry.
rhubarb down his sleeves and then go.
Had I been there, well, you can't ever feel sorry for the. That's the lowest rung of criminality, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Finish. Just. I'm gonna kill myself here.
Beautiful. Vintage Mock the Week. He brought up the subject just so someone else could do a joke on it. Surely he might have been working towards a punchline. You ignorant.
Jesus. Could we get a higher chair for the joke umpire?
I have a feeling the Microsoft paperclip's taken some cocaine. But...
That's great. Little animation of the clip go. Good, yes. That's a really good letter.
The point I was going to make is, surely, right, fellas, but surely if you're a bank robber, you're sexy, you're dangerous, you can get diamonds for your lover. If you steal from allotments, what hope have you got, you know? You've got dirt underneath your fingernails. All you have to offer is broccoli. You know?
Hey, a woman who's going to have sex for broccoli is going to be dirty.
I was wondering if one of the reasons they were trying to steal...
Wouldn't that be... Hang on, sorry to interrupt you, Andy, but wouldn't that be the...
Frankly, I wish to go on the record and say I have now lost control.